I think the days of supplying commodity widgets have long since gone. And I think most successful business people, whether they're large or small, understand that. The temptation, I think, is to try and do it on the cheap, try and design the functionality and aesthetics of your product by asking the brother-in-law's opinion or the wife's opinion. And you know, that sort of cutting of corners, I don't think really works. I think this is increasingly an area for experts and people who've been trained. And I think most people are learning that the investment up front, i.e. doing it at an early stage of the development process, is well worthwhile. The challenge for business when you can't compete on labour costs or other input costs anymore, and we can't. We've moved away from an economy that does that, and we won't be able to compete on that basis in the future. You move to an economy that has to compete on the basis of the intellectual capability and the ability to innovate of its businesses and its people. If you have a group of people or population that is highly educated, quite resilient, entrepreneurial and adaptive, they will respond to change. And that's what I see at the moment. I see people responding to change because we are exposed to everything that's going on in the rest of the world. We're not protected anymore, and yes, we are adapting. The sorts of businesses that are developing now are very different. The other thing, of course, that is new is the whole issue of climate change. I think this is something that we haven't had to deal with before. And so the challenge that businesses have to face is, firstly, how do they adapt? Because with that sort of change comes opportunity, and many people say that the technology change that is being prompted by our responses to changes in the environment could be as dramatic as any technology change that we've experienced in the past. And of course, great technology change creates business opportunities. Now, industrial design in particular is one of the fundamental building blocks to the development of new products and services. So in a sense, I think we all take it for granted. Take the car industry, for example. I mean, if you look at where the new investments by the major car companies in Victoria are taking place, they're taking place in the area that you're most interested in, which is the building of their design centres. Clearly, the way that the product or the service is designed in terms of its manufacturability or in terms of how it gets delivered or in terms of how it's packaged and promoted has got to be a major input into that problem-solving process. Design's not for the purpose of making things pretty or look nice, just for the sake of it, and I think occasionally that's how we tend to think of the whole concept and process of design. It is about functionality and about solving a problem in an economical, in an efficient, in a timely and an aesthetically appropriate way. It's the wrong place to penny pinch.